Here with Ewan and Ryan from Sheepdogs. Tell me a little bit about the nomination. How are you feeling right now about that?
Feel great, man, especially to be representing rock and roll.
That's what you guys do, for sure. Tell me about the recording in Stony Creek and kind of isolating yourselves to make the record.
This is a good place to kind of get away from the world and just be like away from. I mean, you look at like a place like this, and it's like music industry is very busy, lots of people talking. So sometimes you got to go someplace where it's quiet.
How is it different now with Rusty and with Seamus in the band? Has it changed the sound at all?
Yeah, it's been it's always changing, man. But we're still kind of the same old rock and roll that people know from us.
Yeah, that's kind of your position you've staked out. You guys are the rock and roll guys. You're going to do it no matter what the changing times or the trends are. So that seems to be where you're most comfortable. You ever think of moving at all away from that or doing anything different?
No.
No, I think we're very much set in our ways. I mean, we make the music that we want to make. I think the minis kind of get away from that, and even whether that's for popularity or something like that, it's not coming from an honest place, and that's not a good thing, I don't think.
Well, I might work up on the French and try and get one of those francophone nominations.
How well do you do in Quebec? That's an interesting question.
Well, we just played a great show in Montreal, and we play Quebec City pretty regularly as well. So I think for an English-speaking band, we do pretty well. Yeah.
And you're coming up, you're doing is it 2 nights or more at the Danforth Music Hall?
We got 2 sold-out nights this weekend. Yeah, it feels great.
So I guess it keeps building and moving. Also, you guys tour and tour and tour a lot, I know. So how does that, does touring inspire some of the songwriting, or does that lead you to new directions, new songs?
Well, I mean, however you're living, it inevitably gets into the songs. So if you spend a lot of time arguing with people in airports and sitting in the bus and sitting on a van, I guess that creeps into your music. But after a while, it probably gets a little bit repetitive. So you try to use your imagination and think of other things too.
Tell us a little bit about the songwriting process. When you're sitting down to put it together, how does that work?
It just I get little ideas in my head, and I sing them into my phone, and then when I get a few minutes, I try to start turning them into an actual song. Then I get together with the dudes, and we actually start to make it the final touches, and then we go and lay them down, or sometimes we try and take them on the road and wear them in too, because we find that's a really good way to test them as well.
Yeah, do you find that audiences, how do they feel about the newer material? If you're playing something untested, generally does that work out, or have you had occasions where it's fallen on its face? Or
certainly, I think that's a great test, because you may think it's a great creation, but as soon as you play it for somebody, then you can really tell whether it's good or not. So, that's the whole point of getting on stage is to play for those people and not just for yourself.
Listen, good luck and congratulations. Thanks.
Thanks, brother, man.
Hey,
Cheers.
thanks a lot. Appreciate it.